Hello everyone and welcome back to the Old Charles. Today we are going to take a deep dive into a fascinating piece of British coinage history, the United Kingdom 2 shilling coin from 1949. This coin is also commonly referred to as a florin, and it carries with it not only historical significance but also collectible value for numismatists and coin enthusiasts around the world. Let's start with a bit of history. The 2 shilling coin has been part of British currency since the early 19th century. And it was originally designed to make calculations easier, being exactly 1/10 of a pound. The 1949 issue comes shortly after the end of the Second World War during the reign of King George VI. This was a time when Britain was rebuilding and coins were still made primarily from silver, though in the case of 1949 the coin was made from a silver alloy containing 50% silver and 50% copper. The obverse of the coin features the familiar portrait of King George VI facing left, wearing a crown and with the inscription surrounding his image. This was the standard portrait used on all coins during his reign, and it is highly recognizable to collectors. The reverse of the coin features the crown Tudor rose, a symbol that has appeared on many British coins over the centuries. This design is simple yet elegant and embodies the British tradition in numismatics. Now let's talk about the value of the coin. The value of a 1949 2 shilling coin depends heavily on its condition. Coins in circulated condition with noticeable wear may be worth a few pounds to collectors, while coins in uncirculated or mint state can fetch a higher price, especially if they have retained their original luster and show no signs of cleaning or damage. Condition is everything in coin collecting, and even small scratches or discoloration can affect the price. For reference, a coin graded as fine may sell for around £5 to £10, whereas a coin graded as extremely fine could fetch between £10 to £20. The highest grade, which is mint state, can command prices upwards of £30 to £50 or more depending on demand and rarity. It is also worth noting that provenance can add value if the coin comes from a notable collection or has an interesting history attached to it. Collectors often look for certain details to determine the value, such as sharpness of the design, clarity of the portrait, and the presence of any minting errors. These errors can include things like double strikes, missing details, or unusual marks on the coin. Such variations are rare and can significantly increase the value, sometimes even making the coin worth hundreds of pounds if it is a recognized error. Another factor influencing the value is market demand. British coins from the post-war period have become increasingly popular in recent years as collectors seek pieces that represent the history of the nation during a transformative time. The 2 shilling coin from 1949 is particularly appealing because it sits at the intersection of historical interest and relatively accessible collecting. This means that both beginner and experienced collectors are often on the lookout for this coin when purchasing or selling a 1949 2 shilling coin. It is important to consider authenticity. Always buy from reputable dealers and check for hallmarking and correct weight and diameter. The coin should weigh approximately 11.5 grams and have a diameter of 28.5 millimeters. Any significant deviation could indicate a counterfeit. To sum up, the United Kingdom 2 shilling 1949 coin is more than just currency. It is a piece of history. It tells a story of post-war Britain, the reign of King George VI, and the enduring traditions of British coinage. Its value varies based on condition, rarity, and demand, but it remains a highly collectible and fascinating coin for anyone interested in British numismatics. The history of the United Kingdom 2 shilling coin, also known as the florin, is quite rich and dates back to 1849 when it was first introduced. It was created as part of an effort to decimalize British currency, even though full decimalization would not happen until 1971. The idea was that the florin represented exactly 1/10 of a pound, making it easier for people to perform calculations and understand values. By 1949, Britain was recovering from the Second World War. The coin was minted under the reign of King George VI, who became king in 1936 following the abdication of his brother Edward VIII. The post-war period was a time of economic rebuilding and austerity. The 1949 2 shilling coin was made from a 50% silver alloy, a reduction from the pre-war 92.5% sterling silver due to wartime material shortages and the need to conserve silver for other purposes. The design of the 1949 florin reflects British heritage and tradition. On the obverse we see King George VI wearing a crown. The portrait was designed by Thomas Humphrey Paget and became a standard image on British coins during his reign. The reverse features the crown Tudor rose, a symbol long associated with England and a motif often used on coins to convey stability and continuity. Over the years, the 2 shilling coin evolved in composition and design, but the 1949 version holds a special place because it represents a transitional period in British coinage history. It combines the elegance Of silver coins with the historical significance of post-war Britain, collectors today value it not only for its silver content but also for the story it tells about a nation emerging from war and moving towards modernization. The 1949 2-shilling coin is part of a broader series of British florins minted between 1927 and 1940.